Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm at exit 5 on 20 in Georgia, heading towards Fort Worth. So anybody's been at this pilot, y'all know it's a pretty damn good pilot. I want to discuss something I ran into today. It's kind of a common problem, and some guys, when they run into it, they don't know what to do. But you see these latches. Sometimes you'll go to close this, and it seems like your hook is down here underneath where it's supposed to latch in at. So what the problem is, your trailer is like this. So here's your trailer. Your trailer's like this. It's twisted a little bit because you got a load on it. It don't normally happen whenever you're empty. Sometimes it will, but it's got to be pretty damn drastic. You got to be on a pretty decent twist to make it happen. But when you get loaded, it can happen on the slightest little bitest, just tiniest little angle, and this part right here will just not go in. Don't force it. If you force that in there, you're messing something up in this door. What you got to do is, when you get out, sorry guys, I got to do this, man. This hillbilly is hell, but I got a runny nose. I just got out of the truck. I got hot, so my nose is running. No, I don't have COVID, and yes, I guess I'll take the damn shot like everybody else is. What the hell? Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, what that's doing is, where that trailer's cocked like that, all this up here moves. It has to. If all this was solid and wouldn't move at all, see all these rivets? You'd pop these damn rivets out left and right going down the road. This thing has to be a little bit flexible. So you know, if you ever looked at your floor when you're walking in your trailer, then get underneath it and look at it and think, man, what's holding all this weight up? The wood. The wood's what's holding all your weight up. Them little cross members are just to keep them boards straight and in line. That's all they are. That wood, there ain't no steel in these trailers. A little bit, but the wood's what's holding this up. So what you got to do is, when you get out, to close your doors. Most people in this, there's nothing wrong with it. They'll set their tractor brake and their trailer brake. What I do myself is, when I get out to close my doors, after I've pulled forward, I'll set just my tractor brake, and I'll leave my air going to my trailer so it can air up and start raising that trailer up. Because sometimes when it's sitting down low on the bags, because when you back in and set your brakes and everything, these trailers leak off. So when you get loaded, it's got to lift that load up in the air. So if you don't let it lift that load up in the air, your trailer can be cocked to one side or the other. So that means that up there has moved and everything's not square now, so it's not going to go in the hole. And you might even have to pull forward and get on a little bit leveler of a spot. You might have to even drive and get plumb out of the spot and get to where you're plumb level, then go back and try to close it. And if it doesn't work, sometimes you got to slide your axles, like whenever they say, hey, slide your axles all the way to the rear. Okay, if you're slid all the way to the rear and it still won't close, go on ahead and slide before you close your doors. If you're having trouble with it, get it to where you think it's going to be legal at, and then try your doors. If it doesn't work, then you just got to get a good level spot. That's all it takes. There's nothing wrong with your trailer. It's just twisting a little bit. It's supposed to do that. If it didn't do that, like I said, your rivets would be busting everywhere. Then you wouldn't have a good solid seal trailer. So thought I'd just cover that, man, because a lot of guys run into issues when you just got out here, man. You don't know what to do when you run into something like that. Don't freak out, man. Happens all the time. Happens to everybody. Happened to me today. I knew what to do. I got in the truck. I forgot and set my trailer brakes too. So I went on ahead and aired my trailer up. It didn't work. I rode forward 5 feet. Came back and tried my doors again. Closed perfect. So it don't take a whole lot. It could be like, say, here's level. It could be just a little bit. That's all it takes. These things are square. They're built pretty damn decent. So if you get it just a little bit out up there, by the time you get down here, say you're an 1/8 inch out up there, the top wants to go. By the time you get down here, where you're going down, what, a good 8.5, 9 feet? I don't know how tall these damn trailers are. I forget. 8 feet. But anyway, by the time you get down here, that's going to grow exponentially. So by the time you get down here, that little 1/8 inch at the top is going to be a 1/4 inch down here, maybe even 3/8 of an inch. Who knows? But it's not an impossibility. All you got to do is just pull forward, get a level spot, set your brakes, go back and try it again. And if it doesn't work there, you got to find a different spot. That's all I can tell you. If they closed once, it'll close again. It ain't got nothing to do with the trailer. They didn't break your trailer when you was getting loaded. They didn't do anything to it. It's just loaded, especially on a heavy load. It does that a lot on a heavy load. So y'all pay attention to that and don't try to force them doors shut. Because if you got to force them shut, you're doing damage to your trailer, okay? So I don't have to be in Fort Worth till Tuesday morning. It's Saturday evening, so I'm gonna sit here and got my speaker set up. I'm at the pilot. This is my truck. I'm parked. It's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Trucks will start rolling in here anytime, but I ain't gonna leave till about probably 1, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll knock out about 500 miles tomorrow, and then stop, do my laundry, and, just take my time. Ain't no sense trying to rush over to Fort Worth and have to stay around that city, man. I don't like doing big cities. It don't pay to stay in them big city truck stops, man, because something bad's gonna happen eventually. Maybe not to you, but to your truck. You're gonna come out and find out somebody's took a damn crowbar. What the hell is that? That's a weird looking bug, man. Where'd it go? But anyway, they'll take a crowbar, a big one, and stick down in behind here, on this side actually, and they'll bust this off. And when they bust that off, they can get your damn doors open, because this handle will go up then. There's nothing to stop it. This is what keeps it from going up. But if you break that off, it rips these bolts plumb out of the wood. This is just plywood right here. This ain't nothing special. That's just plywood. A big enough crowbar will rip that son of a bitch right out of there, and it happens, especially at the Memphis pilot, right before you cross the bridge. I don't recommend anybody parks there. The TA, any of them. Don't park there, man. That's one of the worst, besides Johnny's up in Jersey. Anybody that's ever old school truckers knows about Johnny's. Johnny's used to be a badass place, man. People got killed there all the damn time. I parked there a few times. Edison, New Jersey, I think's where it's at. But the ones in Memphis, don't do it, man. Go on across the bridge. There's a couple truck stops just across the bridge, about 10, 15 miles down the road. You can park right there. Or if you go the other side of Memphis, there's a couple truck stops on the east side of Memphis also. But the ones on the west side is easier to get to. You got good straight road. Because everybody knows when you go across 40, I don't trust them damn bridges now. I go down, I'll take the bypass and go around. I'm not crossing that bridge anymore. After they had that crack in it, no, I'm not going to be on the news like, oh, 35 people died because the bridge fell. Yeah, fuck that. But you guys just pay attention to what you're doing, man. You'll do good. If you have any problems, like I said, you know where to look me up on Facebook Messenger, Kevin Bridges. Look for my wife sitting on a jet ski. You have any issues, holler at me, man. I'll do a live video here. I was going to do one the other day, but I logged in and nobody got on, so I didn't want to waste nobody's time. So I'll do one here in a couple days for new drivers. Y'all got some questions, man? Just ask them. Don't worry about it. If you're embarrassed about asking it on here, then look me up on Messenger when I'm live. Ask me the question in Messenger, and I won't say your name, and I'll answer the question. I'll just say a driver, because some guys, they get embarrassed about asking something they think so simple. But I'll tell you, the one question you need to be most embarrassed about asking is the one you don't ask. So always ask questions, man. We all did it. I did it. Everybody does it. Some of the dumbest questions you think in the world. But that's how you learn, man. You got to ask questions. So y'all stay safe, man. Let me know where you're at. Hey, Rufus, I ain't heard from you in a couple days, man. I'm in Georgia. I said that. On 20. Where you at, brother, man? Hey, Warrior. I'd like to meet up with y'all, man, sometime. Let me know where you guys are at. Maybe we can cross paths, okay? Y'all stay safe, and you know what I'm going to say, right? Truck hard, truck safe, make smart decisions.